Good afternoon. Today is the 26th of July and this is part 6 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2025 Festival of the Unexceptional. I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if I get rid of a wind noise or announcements, and also we don't talk about deals on this channel, viewers, so just bear that in mind before I remove your comments. Anyway, so we're going to start off with this Triumph TR6 1973-1974 registration. Again in this purple colour, like the one we saw in the previous part. We've got these slot mag alloy wheels on here. We're obviously going to do a section where we see maybe a few more kind of this sort of British Leyland cars, because we've got two right next to each other. We've got a base model Princess. Now, it's not badged in Austin, it's not badged as a Leyland, it's just a Princess. Although, if you look at a V5 of one of these, it will say Leyland cars on it. So, if you want to call Leyland Princess, you kind of can, that's fine. But it is just a Princess, as you can see on the badging of this one. So, base model 77-78, before the Princess 2 came out. Next, we've got this Mark 1 Ford Granada. 76-77 registration, 2 litre, with a Pinto engine. The V4s were discontinued by this stage. It's just an L actually, so it's quite a rare specification. Most of the Granadas you see in Mark 1s are higher specification than that, normally with the 2.5 and 3 litre Essex engines. Then another Volvo 940, you know, it's not a problem. We like the Volvo 940s, viewers, having driven 4 of them on the channel. This is quite a low spec actually. This one's got windy windows in it, so if you look at S or something, which is the base model, sort of 92, 93 with Lambda Sonde grille, indicating we've got a catalytic converter in there. Skip that, viewers, as we warned later on. We'll go into this Mini, which is Lime Flower over Lime Flower. This is the name of the colour. It's Mini 1000, 73-74 registration. So we saw a Renault 5 GT Turbo earlier on. This is a much later one. This is a 1991 registration. The other one was like a D-Reg, I think. This is very nice specification and very, very rare actually these days, and very valuable, the GT Turbos. Then we've got a nice X300 Jaguar here, complete with an olive interior, not a beige leather one. I prefer the beige leather interior, but never mind. It's the XJ Sport model, which has got less chrome. 94-95 plate. 1999-91 Volkswagen Scirocco Scala. Second one we've seen with the this one's got Pirelli alloy wheels on it. Another R8. This is time a cabriolet. Quite an early one, 1992 I think, because it's still got the pre-facelift indicators on it at the front. I think the cabriolets came out in 92 as well, so a very early one. Right, okay, we're going to have to move past that, viewers, and onto this Honda Civic Sport. And not the VTI, but it looks a bit like a VTI, but it's a Sport. So we haven't got the 1.8, it's probably a 1.6, I'd say, the Sport. That's a 1.4, my gosh, even low powered. How much is this? $15.95. Oh right, okay. So ring plus 316 11846 100. That's actually not a bad price on one of these MB6s. That looks quite nice. I quite like that, viewers. I can't have any more cars. My lady wife will kill me, but I like that. From 2000. Then we've got a BMW 635 here, early one. The post-facelift ones are much more common than this. This is a pre-facelift one. E24 of these called? I can't remember now. Somebody can tell me in the comment section below. Or is it? Am I wrong? Is that a post-facelift one? I think it's an earlier one. Anyway, Bentley Arnage from 2001. Ooh, viewers, now this is better, isn't it? A beige leather interior with wood and piping. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. It's a very, very nice thing to see. We do appreciate a little bit of luxury on this channel, don't we? Right, then we're going to move on to this Toyota Starlet over here. Now the Starlets that were sold over here, this generation, the final generation Starlet, were pretty basic. I mean, all had a 1.3 engine. Some of them were called the sporty, but the sporty didn't really get you any more power. It made you look like you had a bit more power, but no extra go. Whereas in other markets, you've got things like the Glanzer, which are a lot more powerful. And in fact, it's a Glanzer, so it's 98, 99 on an S. And then a late pre-facelift Rover 800 Fastback, complete with a leather interior. Yes, please, viewers. We like this sort of thing.
Oh, it's not a diesel, by the way.
It certainly isn't. And then next we've got a Tomcat, late Tomcat with the K series in it, so 97, 98 on an R. Nightfire Red with the later dash. This is an automatic one, pretty rare actually, be 1.6 K series in that. Next we've got the Renault Laguna RTI. I think these had the 4-cylinder Volvo white block in them, actually, the RTIs. There were two completely different 4-cylinder 2-litre engines in these, and it's quite possible that that's what it has, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, 90, as the S, that might mean the white block, I don't know. Anyway, 95, 96. And then a P11 Primera, this is the SX, it might be a 2-litre this, I don't know. I drove one of these years ago, years and years ago, it was about 2021 I think I drove one of these. Of course I do like them, viewers, we like them very much. Someone's very proud of a photograph that was taken of them driving in too. Might have been registered by Nissan UK, possibly this one, because it's on an Oxford plate, I don't know. So Toyota Corolla 1993, 1994 and L. I prefer the slightly later generation, the E110s to these, but that's nice anyway. And then a Z3. Very, very 90s colour, isn't it? This sort of spearmint green colour. Only got the 5-speed gearbox, but that's fine. Then a Toyota Carina E. I've had two of these on the channel actually. I've had two. One recently and then one in 2023. This is a GLI model, 95, 96 on an N. Quite like them. And then we've got another Dolomite. This is an 1850 HL on the R plate. So would that be 1976, 77? And then a Renault Laguna 2. I have actually had one of these on the channel. I had it on the channel in 2022, I think it was. It was an estate or store thing. You've got to be really careful with it. You don't put the key inside the car and close the doors, because it will lock itself and then you'll be in trouble. Right, we have to skip that next bit, viewers. The Mark 1 Twingo. This is a later one from sort of 2003 or after that. Quite different looking in a way from the earlier ones, which were very sort of specific in terms of their. So I think it was Patrick Lecquemont who designed them. Oh, this is more like it, viewers. 1995 Jaguar XJ6 Sport 3.2 manual. Oh, viewers, that is a rare thing. You had to order the manual from the factory. They weren't just off the peg or anything. Very nice. And we've got a Fiat Cinquecento. I filmed one of these, I think early last year it was, and it wasn't very fast. It wasn't very fast at all. If this is a sporting, you'd have more half a chance, but the normal ones, wow, they're slow. Gosh, there's people still coming in. People leaving. C230 compressor. Right. Let's hope we have more like the message. We just pause the video whilst I just have a look at this. Right, viewers, not so sure about that, so we're going to move on to this Opel Monza GSE. Yes, an A2 Monza with the DigiDash. We do actually have one of these coming up on the channel at some point. I don't know exactly when I'm going to film it, but it is coming up. That one is an 84, 85 and it's absolutely amazing. A while ago I filmed an Audi A2 on my channel. The chap who owns the A2 also has this. It's a 2001 Rover 75, but it's a Japanese spec one. It's actually a Cali built car. It was built about 99, but not really till 2001. It's absolutely beautiful. It has every extra on it, that car. Very nice. And we also like Corrado VR6's views. We drove one of these last year. It was pretty good. I prefer this colour actually. This it's beautiful 93, 94 registration. 5-speed manual. Very nice car drive actually, particularly nice. I thought it would just be like a Mark II Golf, but actually quite different in terms of the way they drive. I'd like to drive another one actually. I like them very much. 2002 Toyota Corolla. Absolutely and utterly kind of, if you've seen lots more of these I think in the future, events like this. Then a Starlet. I actually drove a Starlet of this shape a while ago now. I can't remember when it was. 2022 I think I drove one. All of them in this country were 1 litre GLs. All of them. So this would have been slightly modified with these extra mirrors on here and also with that plate, because you can see originally that bumper didn't have that square plate on it. And then another Dolomite. I think these all came in together actually, these ones. Again, this looks like an HL because of the vinyl pillar on it. Let's take a look at the back. Dolomite automatic, so yeah, it's a pre-HL I think. This is still a 1850. And then this Volvo 360 GT, which I absolutely adore. The Ronald Turbo wheels on it. I have seen this before and it is just fabulous. We like this sort of thing very much. Oh, viewers, a Citroen LNA or Elena. We saw this last year actually. Very, very rare in this country, the LNA. Only sold from 82 to 84. Special market Inca edition. Very, very similar to a Peugeot 104. This has the 1.1 suitcase engine in it. LNA 11E. LNA 11E, my gosh, that's difficult to say. But that is superb. I've just taken a photograph of that. Very early UNOS, 1989 to 90. Wonder if we've got to see any more UK spec Mark 1 MX-5. We've seen a Mark II. And then another one of the shape of Corolla. I forget the actual code for these. This is a bit more of a high specification one than the GL we just saw. This would be like an executive or something like that. Why do I badge on it anyway? Very, very late Scirocco, 91, 92. Scirocco's finished in 1992. Why they overlap with the Corrado, I don't really know. I'm not really sure about that. Somebody in the comment section possibly can tell me. Next, another 205, probably the most common car here at 205s. All sorts of 205s we've seen today. This is a Style, 1993, 1994 registration with the interesting seats. 205s actually kept selling quite well after the 106s came out for some reason. Another 323 generation like the Javelin model we saw, 87, 88 on an E. Not the most highly specified one. We've got windy windows, for example, in here, which is fine. It doesn't matter, does it? And we've got another Mark 1 RAV4, 1999 plate. Someone's clearly using this on quite a daily basis. They've got a sticker for going to a dump somewhere in Surrey on there. Now this Talbot Express, are we going to just hope for the best and believe this is a petrol one? I don't know. Maybe we won't and just skip on to the next row and just pretend we didn't see anything. This is more like it, viewers. Here we go. Rover ST3 213S, pre-facelift one. 1985-86 on a C. Hearing aid beige as well. Brilliant. And then an E110 Corolla, 3-door, like the one that I filmed in 2021 for No Budget Reviews. This is an earlier one. This is a pre-facelift one. Actually, that's in pretty smart condition, to be honest, that car. A lot of them just rusted away and have disappeared, but that looks good. We've got a Rover 25, 2003. I actually used to own a 2003 Rover 25 that was very similar to this. It looks like an IL, which is the one I had as well. It's been 1.4, 103 horsepower. I prefer, though, this Vitesse, which we saw at the BMC Leyland show earlier this month. 88, 89 plate. I'd prefer a Van den Pla, but the Vitesse will do. That is very, very nice, viewers. A very tasty car. Yes, please. And then next to it, we've got a Yugo. Let's get this right. The 311. This one is. They had all kinds of sort of weird names. These cars, all sorts of names these are called all over the world. But in this country, I think the 311, 511. I didn't even know there were any of these left. I thought the only Yugos on the road over here were things like the little 45As and things, which I have driven. I've driven a 45A. It was interesting. But there we go. My gosh, here's 2002 Land Rover Freelander, 2.5 V6 ES, and it's immaculate. Look at this. Wow. Most of them we see have engines we can't talk about. So I'm very happy to see that, viewers. I'm very happy indeed. Next, we've got a nice Rover 800 R17 type saloon. Cloth interior, so it'd be, I don't know, an SI or something perhaps? Yeah. SLI, okay. 1992, 1993 registration. Then we've got an E36 BMW Cabriolet. Probably a 325 or something like that. Automatic. 94, 95 registration. Audi A4 Cabriolet with a beige leather interior. I think so, yes. It's the 3 litre. Fabulous. Then a late pre-facelift 2.8 6-cylinder BMW Z3. It's 2000. 1988-89 Volvo 240 GL. Gosh, the interior is really similar to the one my mother used to have. Hers was a Estate, it was an 89. It's the same interior, hers was also a GL. Then we've got the Mazda 323F with pop-up headlamps. 93-94 registration, quite late for this generation actually. Then BAs came in 1994, so quite late actually. But they didn't have pop-up headlamps like this one. They had just normal headlamps. Thank you. Then another Re36. Saloon this time, 97-98 registration.
Yeah, good. We saw the other one.
No badge. Oh, hello, we've got another CRX. This one is UK market one. It's called the Del Sol in some places. This is just a CRX. Very, very nice viewers. We'd like one of these an awful lot. So 206 99 plate, relatively early one that came out the previous year. Probably a 1.4 GLX. I think I drove one of these. When was it? Gosh, 2023 I think it was. A Mark 1 Accent Saloon, 94-95 registration. This was an auto, probably a 1.5. I don't know. Pass. Next, Hyundai Coupe, Mark 1 pre-facelift, probably a 1.6 SE. Chap's got his arm stuck in the door.
It's very simple.
Next, we've got this 2CV van. I forget what these were called actually. It's before the Acadian. Yeah, it's Azul or something. I can't remember the years. I do know this is a Nissan 100NX though, and I like it very much. I drove one of these in 2022 and it was fabulous. Based on the N14 Sunny, which is also a fabulous car. Not seen one of those yet actually. I'd like to see an N14 Sunny. But there we go, it's a nice 100NX. Next we've got this Ledbury Maestro. And yeah, right-hand drive, 5-speed gearbox, sort of like a Clubman, but these were kits that were shipped out to Bulgaria and then they didn't sell enough of them really to justify it. So they re-imported the kits and put them together with right-hand drive dashboards in 2 places, in Bruce and Edmonds by a company called Apple 2000, and then Ledbury by a company called Parkway Motor Services Limited. The last of these registered in 2001. This is like a 1990 798 plate. It's got the 1.3A series engine in it. So yeah, right drive wipers, so definitely a Ledbury one. 1999 Toyota Starlet. We were saying earlier on about how the ones of this generation in the UK were quite basic, and this is what they were like. So like this. This is Starlet S with a 1.3 engine. Next we've got a Ford Sierra Sapphire. I think these are Cosworth wheels on this actually. So we'll look at see what engine we've got at the front. Drove a Sapphire years ago. It was in 2021, I think it was. It's like the Pinto in there, I think, possibly. And another Re36, this time a coupe. Quite an early one of those world trips, I think. Actually, to see the information sheet on that Sierra, let's have a look at that. Wow, it's actually got it right. It's a 2-litre Pinto. It's a GLS. Ooh, a Mark II Jetta. I love Mark II Jettas, viewers. I think they're fabulous. I've always preferred these to the Golfs. There's not many of these. The Jettas didn't sell as well as the Golfs at all over here. This one's an automatic. 89 to 90 on a G. There's a GL. Then a 940, facelifted 940. 90, 96, 97 on a P. This is an auto. It's probably a 2.3. Most of them by the stage were the 2.3s. Then a Triumph Spitfire Mark IV 1970 172 registration. Be a 1300, unless someone's put a new engine in it. Of course, he might have done over the course of all this time. Then we have this preview with this enormous toe box on the back, which looks very practical. So, weird sort of steering wheel in that. It's just like an imported one or something, probably. And then another Mark II Panda. This is a Panda Super with 5-speed gearbox. It's decadent, isn't it? Yeah, 1000S Super. 87, 88. Early Mark I Punto. 94, 95 on an M. Came out on an L. This is an ELX, probably an 85 ELX, I think this would be. I drove one of these in 2022, I think it was. One of the first Puntos into the country, that one is. It's around somewhere. Audi A6 Avant. Oh, it's for sale. Yes, a 2.6 V6. It would be 94, 95 on an M. £3,500. Call 07508419459. As Mr. Bill on the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. I like that very much. Although I'm not allowed to buy any more Audis, viewers. The last Audi we bought didn't go very well, did it? So next we've got this Cavalier Mark II. 81, 82 on an X. Just a 4-speed gearbox. I think there's slightly later wheels on that, but apart from that, it looks pretty standard. So, 2004 Ford Focus Mark I 1.6 Zetec 3-door. Excellent. Increasingly, we're going to see lots of Mark I Focus at Festival Exceptional in coming years, I think. Then we've got a Nova. We've got a final facelift. One final facelift occurred in 1990 for the Novas. Appropriate plate. R50 Mini Cooper with a huge spotlight on the back. And 2 on the front. No, 3 on the front. Porsche 924. It's a relatively early one. I did drive one of these. Drove these in 2022, I think, the 94 in Scotland. What a turbo. Fantastic. Another Renault 4. I think we've seen 3 Renault 4s so far. 1980 to 81 registration. Left-hand drive. And then the beautiful kind of original Renault 5. Original Michel Bouet design. Is this one of the ones where the gear lever sprout at the dash? Yeah, it's one of the early ones. It's a shame Michel Bouet, who died before the car was released in '72, never got to see what happened with the design that he'd created. Next, we've got a 190e, very late, 192.93. It's been 1.8 or something, 2 litre. Look at that practicality of a hatchback there of that 5. Again, as I said earlier on, I want to say that like if you bring something like from the 50s like this Beetle is, it shouldn't be here, but it's unusual to see something this old at the event, if that makes sense. But most welcome, nevertheless. 1999 Alfa Romeo 156. I haven't seen too many Alphas so far today. This one looks nice. I've never driven a 156. I've driven 159, driven a Brera, I've driven two 166s, never one of these. So this will have V2 to twin spark in it. Then the Volvo 244DL, 1978-79. I think this is the one from Mind Rover Classic, isn't it? Steph is around. We saw her looking at a Renault Fourgonette earlier on. Then this Morgan, if that's the correct plate for it, then it's from the 70s. Some about 77, something like that. Next we've got W123, Mercedes 230, 7980, automatic. Surprised there aren't, more of these here, but there we go. Big old W140 S-Class, actually the base model of a 280. This is a 97 model. No alloy wheels for some reason. Presume that's how you can touch a base model. Panama hats though, we like Panama hats views. Then 1999 Volvo S70 2.5. With these wheel trims, this is just the cloth interior, a manual gearbox. This is, I think, the base model. This, it's just called the 2.5 back in the day. No fog lights or anything. Right, next row, we can actually get through here, viewers. Another Mark 1 Focus, 2004. It's ST170, excellent. And we've got a K11 Micra 1999 with this jazzy interior.
Thank you.
So it's our first facelift one. Then two Starlets, one's a Dutch one, one's a UK market one. Not the average Starlet. Very rare colour, 541 yellow. Excellent. It's a bit interesting compared with this standard one. I think again in this country, the only specification available was a 1.3 GLI like this, for this model of Starlet. So I just really undermarketed the Starlet over here. I just weren't bothered about it for some reason. Don't know why. Next we've got a Corolla of a similar age, a little bit older on an L. This is a base model though, it's got unpainted bumpers on it. What was this called? Yeah, the XLI, there we go, with 1.3. Another 156, this time a Sport Wagon, twin spark from 2000. There we go, viewers. We like that very much. And then another R8, this is a 214 SEI, so this was the run-out model for them. Nightfire Red, 1995, one of the last ones. Contact Jim on 07539 470 516. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power Channel says, this could be yours. Next we've got a Lada Niva or Lada 4x4. This might actually be one of the modern ones, to be honest here. This, you can still buy one of these if you really want to. The left-hand drive only, but you can buy one of these. Although I think imports from Russia could be a bit tricky at the moment. Peugeot 406 Coupe. Surprisingly, I haven't seen another one of these so far today, actually. I've driven one of these. I drove it in 2021. It was a 3-litre V6 manual from 2001. This is a 98-99. They are fabulous cars, these. Brilliant. From a Jaguar XK8, X100. More sporty interiors of black. 99 plate. Then an early Puma, well, the very first actually. This is like a Millennium Edition. Is this a Millennium Edition or is it just a standard one? Yes, a personal plate. This is a Millennium Edition. They did a Focus Millennium as well. I used to own one in this colour, so that'll be a personal plate on that. 2002 to 3 Citroen Saxo VTR, so a late Saxo. I haven't seen the VTS yet. In fact, I haven't seen any other Saxos so far. Interesting. And a 200 VI. Wow. Okay, viewers, that's interesting. Not seen too many of those today. Brilliant. B97, that's the year they came out. Next to a Tomcat, late Tomcat, with the round dash. So with the K series engine. 1996, 1997 on an R. And then a Cavalier L, probably 1.6. Final facelift for the Mark II, 87, 88 on an E. Very nice. And then we'll finish with this Zara Coupe. Quite a basic Zara Coupe. This one's got a Dutch plate on it, which is interesting. The one I drove years ago was a VTS, which was quite quick. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment below, and we shall see you again in the next part for some more incorrect information.